I dreamt a dream tonight.
So did I.
Well, what was yours?
That dreamers often lie.
In bed, asleep, while they do dream things true.
Oh, then I see Queen Mab have been with you. She is the fairy's midwife, and she comes in shape no bigger than an agate stone, on the forefinger of an alder. And in this state she gallops night by night, through lovers' brains, and then they dream of love, on courtiers' knees who dream on curtsies straight. She driveth over a soldier's neck, and then dreams he of cutting foreign throats, of breaches, emboscados, Spanish blades, of health 5 fathom deep, and then anon drums in his ear, at which he starts, and wakes, and being thus frightened, swears a prayer or two, and sleeps again. This is that Mab that plates the manes of horses in the night. This is the hag when maids lie on their backs, that presses them and learns them first to bear, making them women of good carriage. This is she.
Peace, Mercutio, peace. Thou talks of nothing.
True, I talk of dreams, which are the children of an idle mind, begot of nothing but vain fantasy, which is as thin of substance as the air, and more inconsistent than the wind.
By my head here come the Capulets.
By my heel, I care not.
Follow me close, for I will speak to them. Gentlemen, good e'en, a word with one of you.
And by one word with one of us, couple it with something. Make it a word and a blow.
Be satisfied.
A calm, dishonorable, vile submission, a la Staccato carries it away.
Break her up.
Come, sir,
Lay down the weapons. Gentlemen, for shame for outrage. Tybalt, Mercutio, the prisoners of God is banding around the streets. Oh, Tybalt, good Mercutio. The hurt cannot be much.
No, 'tis not so deep as a well, nor so wide as a church door. 'Tis enough, 'twill serve. Ask for me tomorrow, and you shall find me a grave man. I'm peppered, I warrant, for this world. A plague of both houses! Zounds, a dog, a rat, a mouse, a cat, to scratch a man to death. Why the devil came you between us? I was hurt under your arm.
Not all for the best.
Help me into some house, Benvolio, where I shall faint. A plague of both houses!
Class valedictorian, and now Vice President of Straight Shooters Unlimited Research and Marketing.
Miss Lynch, fellow graduates, honored guests, and others, looking over these familiar faces really brings me back. Perhaps some of those familiar faces of yesteryear are absent this evening because they thought our beloved Miss Lynch might have one of her famous English finals awaiting us. I was just joking. Why don't I wait for you in the station wagon with Dad? Excuse me. Pardon me.
This case is not a difficult one. It requires no minute sifting of complicated facts. This case is as simple as black and white. The state has not produced one iota of evidence that the crime which Tom Robinson is charged with ever took place. It has relied instead upon the testimony of 2 witnesses. Witnesses whose testimony has not only been called into serious question on cross-examination, but has been flatly contradicted by the defendant. I have nothing but pity in my heart for the chief witness for the state, but that pity does not extend to her putting a man's life at stake. And this is what she's done. Done in an effort to get rid of her guilt. I say guilt because it was guilt that motivated her. She committed no crime, but she broke a rigid code of our society. A code so severe that whoever breaks it is hounded from our midst as unfit to live with. She is the victim of cruel poverty and ignorance, but she knew full well the enormity of her offense, and she persisted. She persisted, and her subsequent reaction is something every child has done. She tried to put the evidence of her offense away, out of sight.
What was the evidence? Not a stolen toy to be hidden. The evidence is Tom Robinson, a human being. Tom Robinson, a daily reminder of what she did. What did she do? She tempted a Negro. She did something that in our society is unspeakable. She's white, and she tempted a Negro. Not an old uncle, but a strong young black man. She didn't care about any code before she broke it, but it came crashing down on her afterwards. Her father saw what happened. And what did he do? There is circumstantial evidence that Mayella Ewell was beaten savagely by someone who led almost exclusively with their left hand.
Down the
Then Mr. Ewell swore out a warrant, no doubt signing it with his left hand, and Tom Robinson sits before you, having taken the oath with the only good hand he possesses, his right hand.
You traitor! Liar!
So a quiet, respectable Negro man who had the unmitigated temerity to feel sorry for a white woman is on trial for his life. He has had to put his word against that of his two white accusers. I need not remind you of their conduct here in court, their cynical confidence that you gentlemen would go along with the assumption, the evil assumption, that all Negroes lie, that all Negroes are basically immoral, an assumption one associates with minds of their caliber. But you know the truth, and the truth is, some Negroes lie, and some Negro men are not to be trusted around women, black or white. And so with some white men. This is a truth that applies to the whole human race, and to no particular race. In this year of grace, 1935, we're beginning to hear more and more references to Thomas Jefferson's phrase about all men being created equal. But we know that all men are not created equal, in the sense that some men are smarter than others. Some men have more opportunity because they're born with it. Some men make more money. Some ladies make better cakes. Some people are born gifted beyond the common scope. But there is one way in which all men are created equal. There is one human institution where the poor man is the equal to a Rockefeller, where the stupid man is the equal to an Einstein. That institution, gentlemen, is a court of law. In our courts, all men are created equal. I'm no idealist to believe so firmly in the integrity of our courts and in the jury system. That's no ideal to me. That is a living, working reality. But a court is only as good as its jury. And a jury is only as good as the men who make it up. I'm confident that you gentlemen will review the evidence without passion, come to a decision, and restore the defendant to his family. In the name of God, do your duty.
Bitch, better listen. I'm gonna kill you. You hear? I'm gonna kill you!
I saw that. Oh, I think I should speak to Hecate.
Let's not bother Hector.
Aren't you gonna say anything?
I wish Bob Ewell would not chew tobacco.